Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, of the Grace and Grit podcast. We are your hosts today, Aurora and Raymond. Raymond.
It's okay.
It's my word of pronouncing it. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about childhood, raising, traumas.
Yeah.
Interesting things that we went through, especially from a female's perspective of being raised and then a male's perspective of being raised, you know, tough love and I don't know, being too gullible, the good, perfect child.
Yeah.
I actually read this book from Chapters. I have it here with me today. It's called We Can Do Hard Things, and that's by Abby, Amanda, and Glennon. So I highly recommend it. I took a picture of it. So if they can even read that,
I'll put it in.
definitely some scientific and some really good information in there. And I think to give them a little bit of a story of how it kind of stemmed a little bit.
Go for it.
I had a very emotional day, a little bit, after doing a conference over the weekend. And I sent a picture that was supposed to be meant for my mom in accords to my attachment style.
Yeah.
And then I accidentally sent it to the group chat, and now everyone knows my attachment style, disorganized attachment. But that's okay, because now we have this topic, and you're definitely very inspired today, morning.
I was like, oh, you're talking about attachment styles and all this. I don't know much about it, so that's why even for me, I want to, I guess, know.
Yeah. So, do you want me to read? There's
go through the main attachment styles, because again, at work, I was told I'm a type 1 or type 2. I don't know what that means.
So type 1 is a hero, or the perfect one, right? So responsible, good grades, the one that everyone kind of compares the child to. Oh, that's my favorite child, at event functions. Come look at, boom.
Yeah.
That was definitely me.
That
I was the praised child. The second one is the scapegoat or the rebel. That was actually my sister.
I think the black sheep.
Yeah.
The black sheep of the family.
Exactly.
If that's it, then I think I would say type 2.
The one who says what no one else would say. Definitely the one who goes against the norms. The one that's different. It says gifted leader, ferocious and fearless, but sometimes feels misunderstood. Hypervigilant.
I think I'm leaning towards type 2. I think so.
Well, there are 4 more.
Yeah.
So
okay, let's hear it.
There is the parentified child. That's deep responsibility. Everything relies on this person. They have to provide for the family, money, maybe raising the kids. Empathizes and provides comfort to the adults in the family. So there's a lot of parents who are arguing a lot, kind of being that middleman type of one, tend to they are supposed to tend emotional experiences. I think there's a lot of different ways people tend emotional experiences. You were talking about this today about people who make jokes a lot in bad situations. Oh wait, no, that was my other friend Heba in the morning.
Okay, I was I don't know.
We had morning matcha for 4 hours. It was awesome. And then right after she left, you came.
Yeah.
There's always something.
No, but even going to that, making jokes in dire situations, I think that's me.
Is that you?
Yeah, 100%. I can't keep a straight face. I mean... This is kind of going a bit too much information, but this was a few days ago, and then my grandma was like, your aunt in back home is in the hospital. I'm like, I almost giggled in her face. I just stood there and I said, okay. And she's like, you should call her. I don't care about him.
Why?
It's just family stuff. It's my dad's side.
Right.
So I'm like, I just, and then she's like, and I haven't talked to her, my aunt, for years. I think the only time I went to India was when I was 8 years old.
Really?
Yeah, that was the only time I went. And even now, it's I don't talk to anybody, even my mom's side back in India. And she was telling me, oh, I have them on FaceTime. You should talk to them. And I'm like, no. I just said, I'm like, no. And then I just left.
So you had the perspective of
it doesn't concern me.
Thicker than blood.
Yes, but
blood.
Again, obviously there's some circumstances where obviously my mom and my brothers, where no matter what shit goes down, they're your family. But I don't care about my extended family.
Do you believe that respect is earned in a family, or that
you're born with respect to respect each other? But if you do things to make it so people shouldn't respect you, then then it's gone. It's not because in brown culture, it's very much so respect your elders no matter what.
Exactly.
Respect, your extended family, respect just random people, no matter what. that extent, sure, like you show respect to someone you just meet, like especially when they're older than you. But if they do something that's fucked up or like you cause problems, I'm not gonna respect them anymore. Like I'm 23, so as a kid it makes sense. Your parents are like, okay, no matter what, don't bring up anything, just say hi and act normal. But for me, it's like
Act normal.
Yeah.
Don't embarrass me.
I'm like, I'm 23 years old. If you're gonna tell me to be kind to this person that I don't really give a fuck about, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
I do it if someone deserves it. Like again, like my dad, where he's doing stupid things. I'm like, I'm not gonna respect you. I don't care for my dad. If you're a father, you have to act like one. It's not just you raise your kids and then you can do whatever you want.
What is it to act like a father or to like be a father?
Well, I think strength is one of the most important, not just physical strength.
Like carrying all these groceries, honey. You don't have to worry for me.
Yeah, not just physical strength, but the strength of, I think one of the most greatest feelings as a guy is when like you have a girl and she relies on you. That feeling of a girl relying on me, like
it's great for us too.
Whenever she has a problem, she comes to you first. When you feel like a provider, when you feel like someone to rely on, I think that's one of the greatest things for a guy. That's why like guys work like shitty jobs to take care of the family, because it's like that's the purpose. That's the purpose that they have, the only purpose, and that's all the purpose they need. So again,
like we want to be taken care of, like as a female, but there has to truly be like a masculine man or like a guy who wants to provide and put themselves out there and support the family. Like there are some very feminine guys. I mean, like we have a more feminine friend, but he still is able to provide and be masculine. Actually, I'm going to divert to a story really quickly. I was emotional, as I said, this past weekend, just because I was doing a lot of sales, and at the end of the day, people who do sales knows that sometimes there's just no energy left for you because you're hearing everyone else's and you're doing a lot of work. And so at the end of the day, I had no energy for myself. I didn't even want to like talk to said person. And so when they called me, and I hung up on them because I just couldn't deal with anything. I didn't want to get like any more like emotional than I was. 8 minutes later, I got a link and he sent me a message and an Uber Eats thing. It was a double chocolate crunch crepe, which I love my sugar. And you know what? It's not even about the food. It's the message he sent me a message that said, I'm always here for you. I'm always here to take care of you, and I've never felt so, it's that experience when I felt like I was not like betraying love, but like I wasn't wanting the love. I kind of need to like separate myself from that. Yeah. And even though I was mean, he still showed and gave me love. And I didn't think I deserved that. So I never experienced that before. That's good. I mean, that's taking care of a family.
This is one thing. I'm not going to go into like detail, but it's the whole thing of the reaction is just as important as the action itself. So the action was him doing that certain thing. Your reaction was getting angry and then defaulting to, I'm just going to ignore you. Yes?
I didn't ignore. I picked up the phone call and then he said something that kind of ticked me off.
Yes.
So I took a breath. I went, and I'm like, okay, listen, I just need to call you later because it's my attachment style, which we're going to get into. As to why I do that, but it saves me from, because I don't want to be mean on purpose. I never 100%. Like to, I never want to hurt someone. My intentions are never like that, so I rather avoid and keep myself separate.
This is the thing. I think people, like not you, because I know you're not actually like this, but people tend to think that their reaction is valid because of what the other person did.
No, that's being reaction. Yeah, it's a reaction, but
it's not.
That's reacting instead of being proactive.
Yes, if you react in a more negative way than someone may, if it was on accident, did a certain action, and you react in an even more negative way, because whether you're petty or whether you just want them to feel shitty as you, that makes you, I would say, even worse than the person that did the action.
It is. It truly is.
So it's in that sense. Again, if it's an accident, that's a different thing. But if someone does it on purpose, then you can like just tell them to go fuck themselves.
The thing is, like, it's really easy. Like, I know that some people like need time to apologize. For me, it's, I know when I did something wrong or when I do something wrong, like not in the moment, but like a second afterwards, I'll be like, okay, that was mean.
Yeah.
And I always sincerely apologize. There's a right way to apologize. I think the basic way to apologize is by saying, okay, I'm sorry. Because I'm sorry goes a long way.
Yeah.
Because admitting that you did wrong takes a lot of power, a lot of strength and courage to do.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't like to do that.
Yeah.
I know
They
from
really don't,
experience.
because they think
Yeah.
it like makes you weak. I wouldn't say so.
Makes
To
you
own up to your
strong.
actions, it makes you strong, especially as a guy, because obviously guys are like, oh, I didn't do anything wrong. It's like maybe sometimes you didn't do anything wrong, but if you have a girlfriend, you gotta apologize anyways.
Yeah.
She wins.
But I am right though.
I,
That's the
I
thing.
did give both sides. To you in the morning. I did give both sides.
Yeah, you did.
So it's not, again, like obviously in some circumstances.
But I also know that it was both sides.
Yes, that
So.
is true. So it's in that sense where I guess your attachment style
Which
plays
we'll
a
get
really
into.
big role.
It does,
And
actually.
It was crazy because I guess if you have more, I don't know if you have more
I
photos,
do,
but
I
we'll
have
go
a
through
lot.
all the attachment styles and see which one
We
fits
will.
our friend, and then I want to know which one fits
We're
me.
judging our friends.
Yeah,
But honestly, this is what reading people is truly like. And in sales, we do that a lot. So
yeah, you got to stereotype
yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, yeah.
or someone.
It's funny because actually when I was a few years ago, I used to be able to look at someone like on the street and be like
Yeah.
to read them really well, like from like my trauma.
Yeah.
And it's a safety mechanism.
Yeah, no, I think I told you, like when I started working at a certain place and my boss was like, whoever walks in, stereotype them.
Yeah.
Not in the sense of race, maybe in the sense of race, but also in the sense of mannerisms,
Yes.
in the sense of how they talk, in the sense of, how they walk and all these things. Because then you can actually determine whether they're here to, either steal something, do harm, or whatever it may be, or they just need to get something. But that really, like, what do you think the police do? They are taught to stereotype in that training that they do for those few months. And that's what they do, where in some situations it works out and they stop a crime or something before happening. Sometimes it doesn't work out, but then.
But the thing is, though, is that like I see two sides of the coin where people are like, oh, but what happens if you're misstereotyped? But my argument, I guess, on that kind of case, because I know that is a really big thing where people get misstereotyped, is that there's a book. It is called You Are What You Speak. You Are What You Say. You Are What You Say. And it's very true that the mannerisms, how you speak, if you're swearing more, if you talk more aggressively, like even in your own tonality, right? You can always train yourself to change from how you hold yourself, your posture, from how you speak, right? So if you do want to change your life, start with what you speak. Start with how you're walking. Literally do a full diagnosis of yourself, because that's how you change. If you continue to slump your shoulders, but you want to be more confident, that's not a good way to start by keeping, exactly, pop your chest out, start walking and acting like it. So if you are misstereotyped, think a little bit, like, are you misstereotyped, or have you not been able to exhibit the full, well-rounded character of where you want to be?
Yeah.
I mean, like, you can look into a crowd and you can tell who the doctors are. I don't know. It's really easy.
When you're
right?
When you're able to, especially when you learn and you subconsciously are able to tell, okay, this person, they can't sit still, or when they're talking, they're like kind of mumbling over their words. You can tell that this person maybe is not as extroverted and doesn't really go out as much. You can tell all these things when I'm bartending and I see people. I'm like looking around and I'm like, this person probably does this, or this person does this, or this is how they act. How do they meet? Maybe this way, maybe that way.
Yeah,
it's so much fun. You just play a guessing game, and then maybe they come to the bar, and then you talk to them, and then you guess
their occupation,
and
and I'm like 99.9% always right. It's fantastic.
It's so much fun.
The people who can guess that, it's just because we have a deeper understanding of reading people's body language, reading how they speak. Even what I like to do a lot, this is why, like, I think we're so great at like leadership, is that what I specifically do is when people are talking, giving out ideas, people tend to give the same idea string. Like they say their priorities, but people don't actually listen to how people are talking. So I actually teach people the art of The Art of Speaking is one of my programs that I have. And a part of it is, I'll give you an example. I could be having an idea of, oh, like I really want to focus on the ingredients like within this, like, like I really want to give like a lemon scent and an orange scent. I'm like, okay, that's a good idea, when really it's not a good idea, Or they'd be like, oh, like we should really do like an oil thing, because it's really like natural, and it's very like, it uses like these natural leaves and stuff like that. What are they actually saying, right? What are they actually saying? They're saying sustainability. They're saying natural ingredients. They're saying accessibility in terms of like really chunk down. What are they saying? Group it.
Yeah.
You can clearly tell where people's priorities lie. And that's how you're able to really like read people.
Yeah.
That's really key right there. Just gave $1 million.
It just, people nowadays, I guess it just goes back to people
take life less seriously.
It's like it's a double-edged sword where I'm like, yes, take life seriously to build yourself up, but also don't take life as seriously because these little things don't really matter. So yes, in the grand scheme of things, try hard, do your best, and really take life to that point where you can, achieve greatness. But it's also where, to some extent, enjoy life, meet with your friends, the ones you care for, and just spend time with yourself. I think that's the main thing, is spending time with yourself. People don't spend time with themselves productively.
Actually, you know what? I want to build on that. So after this weekend, every like day I've been like extremely drained because I've been giving everyone else my energy. And I remember I was talking to you about this, especially yesterday over pool. We play pool as like our therapy.
It is therapy. It's so much fun.
It's the best. I was asking you, like, how do you rejuvenate yourself when you're drained? Like, I think not everyone, it's a really big assumption, but a lot of people who feel drained, even like after work, where you feel like the life force has just been sucked out of you, and you really just need someone to take care of you, to tender you, to even give you a giant hug. Hugs for me go a very long way. Yeah. All I need is a hug. I'm very simple. But anyways, I was emotional. But by that, I mean, like, I got mad.
Yeah.
Like I don't like to feel mad. I don't like to stay mad. I feel it for 5 seconds and then it's gone. But if it lingers there and it stays there, especially if it travels to the next day, that's not good. Especially when I put barriers in place to prevent myself from being mad, like journaling. I look for like logical explanations, Nothing worked this time just because I was so drained. Anyways, so what I was trying to do is I went to Chapters, Indigo, and I decided to start reading 4 books. And this is where I found this book that I was reading, which really helped bring a little bit more life force into me. So should I continue with these?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so we have the parentified child, we have the hero, the perfect one, we have the scapegoat / rebel. The 4th one is the peacemaker / the mascot. So these type of people are the ones who diffuse family conflict, right? So they're the mediators, diplomacy, the middleman, they're very calm under pressure, and they can be like entertainers as in times of like very big intimate moments.
Yeah.
So I think that's also where like laughter kind of comes from. Like there's a parentified child where the parent person like lays down the law, like this is good, this is not good. But then the peacemaker person is like the calmer, making jokes to diffuse. That's where their entertainment comes from. Very much so like, okay, you're saying this, you're saying that, let's come together, here's a solution. I'm also a little bit of a peacemaker. I think we're a mixture. Everyone's a mixture.
I don't want peace. I want problems.
You want war. Actually, I do like drama. I like hearing drama. I don't like being the drama.
I just don't even want. It's not that I actually do like drama. I don't even want to be involved. Anything. If it's
avoider.
If it's stupid, I don't want to. Don't even tell me about it. I don't even want to hear about it. If it's stuff to do like even family problems, that I'm like, I don't care enough. I genuinely don't care enough. If it doesn't
involve me, I don't want to know.
If it doesn't directly involve me, don't tell me about it.
I feel like you'd be one of the girls. I feel like if I tell you something, you'd be
sure,
like, all right, let's do our nails. Let's talk shit.
Talking tea is fun. Especially if you I feel like if you don't know the person, then you could just be like, yeah, fuck them. I don't really care about them.
You know what? As a friend though, like, okay, if I'm pissed off, sure, you can say that.
Yeah.
Right? But I don't ever ask people to do that.
Yeah.
But genuinely, like, I'm very loyal, but at the same time, like, I don't know that person.
Exactly.
I can't say that, you know? It's just a fine line.
Mm-hmm.
Are you looking at me because I have done that?
No, I'm looking at you.
Okay. Okay.
But
yeah.
yes, you have done that.
Did they deserve it?
I don't know. Remember, it was talking about that person who that letter starts with A and ends with A?
No.
The university.
She deserved it.
I don't know.
No,
That's why.
I
So I'm
did
like,
know her. She was in a group thing.
okay.
She was an actual bully, and that's why we had to take extreme measures and do that.
I wasn't there, so I don't know.
She
But
was
that's the only thing that
putting
comes to
down
my
other people.
mind.
Like, what an asshole that person is. I will say that with full transparency. Yeah, because she was doing it to me. She's doing it to others. And the thing is, I stand up to bullies. I think if you're a bystander, that makes you very low. And
it makes you useless.
Yeah, like, don't ever be a bystander, because that just puts you in with the bully. Like, it actually does. Anyways, I will speak up to any bullies. I think that's why we talk about our hate comments on here.
Yeah.
We don't stand for bullies.
No, I think we have another, not really another hate comment.
We do?
It wasn't really a hate comment, but it was more so one of the shorts that I think you were talking about what was it?
It's the first time I'm hearing about this.
Yeah, because I just thought about it talking when you brought up hate comments.
Yeah.
And he said something along the line, wow, a woman that doesn't know what she wants. Ironic.
I do know what I want.
No, but I think you were talking about it during the short.
Huh?
But I don't know. He said something along that line. There's something of women not knowing what they want. And then
Okay, but we do know. Wait, I think I was talking about this, about how, like, women do know what we want, but we don't know, like, what's your price range when you're like, oh, what do you want to go out to eat?
I think it was something along that line. And then
we're so much more complex.
Yes. 100%.
So that it's not that we don't know what we want, it's that we're trying to gauge where you guys are. What's your price range? Like, it's just so much that goes into it.
And then there was another one where I was talking about brown families, and then I'm assuming a brown person commented, is like, because I was saying, oh, it's taboo in brown families to talk about, like, sex and love and relationships. Mm-hmm. And he's like, stop spreading misinformation. This isn't true. I'm like, bro, I'm a 2000s kid. None of that was brought up in my household. And he's like, and he was born in like 2015 or something. And he's like, well, yeah, now, like, it's not taboo. And I'm like, and I said, like, shut the fuck up.
I think it depends on the family. It depends on
the
culture.
But the culture influences a lot. Like,
it does.
Even nowadays. I mean, my brother was born in 2000. The younger one was born in 2007. I don't think my parents have ever talked to him about a relationship, love, or sex.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of my comment section.
I wouldn't even want to talk to that about my parents, but I know that my mom is really open about talking to my sister.
My mom's open. Like, I'm open about it with my mom as well. It's just,
I don't want to talk about it.
She doesn't care.
Unless I have, like, problems with it or something. But I have a relationship contract, so I don't really have problems.
Yeah.
I have obstacles to prevent bad things from happening and contingency plans. I really do run things like a business. I'm not kidding. People better be ready when they date me, because it's not for the weak. Anyway, at least I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
All right. Lost child / the easy one. That's number 5. So easygoing to, like, reduce the stress of grown ups. So if there's a lot of, like, tension in the family, they're very easygoing, very laid back, maybe even more, like, quieter, more flow, more, like, in withdrawal. Like, they withdraw from the family to avoid, like, conflict, right? Kind of reminds me of, like, one of my brothers. They kind of, like, stay in, like, their room.
Yeah.
Whenever something happens, like, they don't want to hear about it. That's you.
Yeah, I just thought
they don't want to hear about it. They don't want to do anything about it.
Yeah, it's not even that I don't want confrontation. I already have enough things in my life. Yeah. I don't need to hear about aunt who's in the hospital. I'm like, okay, like, that has nothing to do with me.
Well, they're very flexible, very adaptable.
Yeah,
very independent.
I think the first part we could say to our mutual friend. The first part of that, which was try to make everyone say the first part of that style.
He's very easygoing and attempt to reduce stress on people. Yeah.
To families.
He doesn't withdraw. Maybe he doesn't withdraw to, like, the extent that my brother does.
Yeah.
But I think we all have some tendencies in all these buckets, just at different scales and percentages.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. But I do see it.
Yeah.
Does he crack jokes? He does. Remember we had a Christmas friends dinner?
Yeah.
And course you bring up, let's talk about politics and religion.
Yeah.
Like giant ass cross that I'm wearing. Fantastic. And then Tav.
It's okay. I don't think they even know.
You're editing that out.
Okay, fine.
You're editing that out. And then our mutual friend started saying, let's talk about airplanes. Let's do this to like reduce
I'm like, no one's feeling awkward here. We all had a nice conversation after that about
I
religion.
don't think we're feeling awkward about it, but it definitely was a little. She was pointing at us with a knife. Like, that was funny, but I was religious there.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I'm the one wearing a giant ass cross. And I'm like, I also get it. Like, people should be a little bit more respectful when they're talking about religion because it's not something that just popped up. It's something that's been there for ages, deeply rooted. Yeah. And I do admit that things do affect me a little bit more. Like, I won't say anything out loud because I'm not going to try to change other people's who they are, their opinions. That's not my goal. I just like to hear people, see where they're coming from. And a lot of people have really deep experiences. It doesn't matter what religion you're from, things happen, and I understand that. But the true deeper thing about religion is your relationship with Christ or your relationship with your God, you know, wherever you're coming from. So I just think people need to be a little bit more delicate.
Yeah, that's funny though.
And
it's like every time he's bringing up the damn planes, I'm like, bro, fuck these planes. We're talking about
But God. He was really good, able to like divert the conversation.
Yeah, but we don't want the conversation diverted. Even
you don't.
I don't. But even the other two people that I was talking, they were also into it, and I'm like, fuck the F-40s. I don't give a shit.
Then what the hell was that guy trying to get my political opinion about?
Yeah, because I think it does matter having a constructive conversation.
It does matter
where no one's yelling at each other, but we're just talking about what we believe. He gave his life experiences on why.
Yeah,
you gave your life experiences on why.
Yeah.
I gave mine on why, and that's why we believe what we believe.
Yeah.
So it's not that difficult. It's just people want everyone to agree with them.
No.
But you can't have a civilization and a melting pot if everyone disagrees on the same thing.
I don't want people to agree with me all the time. You know what? I prefer it. Like, I'll give you an example. Like, sometimes I want someone to be mad at me. Like, I think I was writing in my journal, actually. I'm like, it's so much easier for someone to be mad at me because then they recognize my behavior than to me be able to like not only recognize it myself but make the change. Like, it's almost like an accountability thing. Yeah. If you tell me like, hey, you're being mean, it's like an accountability to me where I have to like, I'm accountable to you now, not just myself. It's hard adulting. I feel like adulting, you feel very like alone, having to keep yourself accountable, yourself productive, like all these different things rely on you. And it does help to have someone being like, you're being a bitch. But I appreciate it when you tell me I'm never a bitch, but when I am.
I think I like that. I think I just like being alone a lot. That's one of the things. But I like that my life is on my shoulders. I'm not like as a kid, not on my parents.
Yeah.
You know?
No, of course.
So I enjoy that so much to where I rely on myself. I like relying on myself because I can do it.
I like feedback. That's how I grow.
That's how you go. Even feedback and even my
so tell me I'm being a bitch. Give me good feedback.
To give you constructive feedback.
Constructive criticism. It's great.
Exactly. And it's just I think I don't know. I prefer adulting over being a kid. I prefer being an adult.
You know what though? There's one thing I noticed. Like, I've noticed this for a long time, but it becomes ever more prevalent the more I do it, especially at conferences. Adults have lost their curiosity. You know? Yeah. You have kids who come up to you and they go, what's that? What's that? Can I do that? I want that. You know, just say what you want, you know? And then you have adults whom pass by, they see something cool, but they directly prevent themselves from being happy. They prevent themselves from experiencing that curiosity, that joy. They will feel so much better. The thing is, I experience this too. Trust me, it's not just everyone else. It's me as well. Where I'll walk by and be like, wow, I really want to like ask, but at the same time, I just don't. Yeah. We get into our own ways. We prevent our own happiness as adults because of the experiences that we've gone through growing up. And I think that's the saddest thing. Like, we really need to pull back into ourselves that childlike mentality to grasp for things, to drive towards things. I remember like I'd be a kid and I run as fast as I can and I will go for it. And then as an adult, you're like, no, you have to pace yourself. You have to, we've learned that, if you exert yourself, no, go for it.
Go for
like
it.
if you're a child.
That, and even I think told you about this unfair advantages. Like if you have an unfair advantage in your life,
use it.
Use it.
Everyone does.
If you're a pretty girl and you go to a bar and a guy buys you a drink, you used your pretty privilege as you should and got a free drink. I think that's valid.
Yeah.
Why would you not want to get an unfair advantage to get ahead in life?
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Everyone has an unfair advantage, even if they recognize it or they don't.
Yeah.
So if you feel like you don't have an unfair advantage,
become
more aware.
Figure it out.
Because everyone does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then from there, you just build off. Because people, again, like what you were saying, like adults don't do that whole, no excitement, and they don't get excited about anything. Because I also get
love being excited.
I get the stresses of life, sure. But if you shouldn't let that, again, that's my whole thing of like, I don't care about the problems of other people to the extent of.
I do. I like to solve them.
I don't even care about solving them. Unless it's like people that I care about, like a handful of people. Even then, I'm like, I again, I don't care about my aunt. I don't give a shit. That's no, like, I hope she
watch it. She's gonna cry.
I hope she recovers. Great. I hope she lives a long life. I don't care. That has nothing to do with me. So if it has nothing to do with me, I'm not going to put, because then it's like in the back of your head, like stresses, and then it just adds up. When you start trying to be there for everyone and not for yourself, that's when you start stressing out. That's when you're like, because you have all these problems just circling in your head, and you subconsciously, it's being taken, and it's like all these
I like to solve them. I sort them.
That's
give me the problem in under 2 minutes, and then I'll solve it for you. And then I'll ask more questions to delve more. And like, this is what happened like with my friend in the morning. I'm like, tell me all the corporate tea. We're going to figure this out. Like I genuinely, but if someone, as if the person I was talking to you about.
Oh, okay. Yes.
If people go on and on and on about their problems and not even look at the solutions or the bright side of it, then that's a problem.
Yeah.
Because they're looking to grieve through speaking to others, instead of being proactive and coming out on top of it. They don't want to be helped. And so that's when said person who was doing that.
Yeah.
I have no problem. I know I talked about this in a later podcast. I have no problem with telling my friends, not cussing them out, but like,
shut the fuck up.
I did say that. That's the thing though. So everyone has a different way of like, how I communicate, how I give feedback. That's a really delicate way of saying it, feedback.
Yeah.
But I'm telling you, it's not feedback. It's very serious when I do this. And I do it quite often, actually, because I feel like everyone does need to be in check.
Sometimes you got to just say blunt. Like, say it straight up. Especially to people that don't take the hint.
No, I don't hint people. I say it as it is.
To the people that don't take the hint, like when you're trying to be all helpful, but they, said person is just focusing on the negatives.
Yeah.
And they just want you to say you didn't do anything wrong. They want to feel like they're.
But I can say that, and they'll still go on and on.
That's the thing.
There's a difference.
They want to feel that. They want to feel comforted.
Yeah.
But bro, like we're adults. That's the thing again. And again, you're a guy. Like I'm sorry to say, like, oh yeah, guys can't show up. Like no, it's not about that. It's you gotta work on it. And I don't know. It's hard. You know how like Vampire Diaries, like the vampires can turn their emotions off.
Yeah.
I think that's just like I just turn my emotions off. I'm just like no, I don't feel anything towards this person.
You know what? During COVID, I literally wasn't feeling, and I have never felt so low in the bucket of the barrel. Mm-hmm. So I never want to not feel again.
Yeah.
I want even if I'm feeling pain. It's why when I was learning how to use a sewing machine. It was a new sewing machine. I love to sew, and I cut myself with a needle with it's like a little scar now.
Yeah. I
think it's beautiful actually. I actually welcomed it. I welcomed the pain. I liked it. I actually didn't even put a Band-Aid on or anything. I liked feeling that. That made me feel really human.
Yeah.
You know, when you go so long without like, you know, remember when we were kids and we used to get like really big scrapes on our knees because we used to fall down and the scabs that come out looking like a giant fucking spider, you know, and all these like giant things. Like I miss getting hurt like that.
Yeah.
You know, like now my hurt is like, oh fuck, like
joint pain and
you know, and like my knee is now like dislocated and like I don't like that. I want the you know,
yeah,
give me the blood, give me the scrapes and I'm just such a fucking tomboy. Anyways, no, I really welcome the pain. How did we even get on this? Oh, negative Nelly guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, basically that was
Fix
it.
your shit.
And this is to
Yeah.
anyone. Don't focus on the negatives. If you had a shitty life growing up, everyone had a shitty life growing up in their own.
How do you
And
learn from
yeah,
it?
don't learn. Just look on the bright side, because
Gratitude. You know
gratitude.
what?
You're
I
alive.
totally get it though. Feeling grateful can be very difficult. I experienced this myself.
Mm-hmm.
I had a client who was telling me about how emotions come in and out like a wave. And I really appreciate that. And so I started journaling. I hate journaling. I hate writing things down. I'm more of a speaker, even if I voice memo it. And you know what? Journaling, even though I don't like doing it, even though it's a big annoyance, I always feel so much better after. And
Yeah.
so do the things that you hate doing, trust me. And to feel gratitude, like my journal literally says at the front, fine, I'm grateful. And it's this whole
Oh,
rant
yeah.
about being grateful. And I really resonate to it. I love it so much. And so,
I don't know.
yeah.
I think I told you this morning. Like, I don't know if I did, but I was. It's just I'm genuinely grateful for every sort of pain that I've gone through.
You grateful for the pain that I caused you?
Yes.
I caused you good pain.
It's just growing up as a kid, every type of pain. Whether I got hurt a lot as a kid, just doing dumb shit, as every guy does, flipping on a bike and hitting my head on like the street, and running into a tree, and just so many things that just stupid shit. But as a guy, the emotional pain, the mental pain of being in like a toxic household, it
Yeah.
it pushed me towards, again, you either go one of two ways. You either become like that person, or you do the opposite of that person. You don't become like them at all.
Yeah.
Luckily, I was steered toward not becoming like said person at all.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's the thing. It's like working out and losing the weight over time and be going in shape, or you just do liposuction. There's no character development when you do lipo.
Yeah.
Because at least when you're working out and you have a diet and you stick to it, it's the discipline. You're growing every time, and
Right.
every day is another like just road that you have to beat. If liposuction is just one thing, you just do it and that's it. But when you build your body, that's a different thing. So that's like every type of stress and every type of trauma it's just the character development being added on and how you choose to respond to that. Some people respond in a terrible way. They can't handle stress.
You know what? I think it's because we need to be built up with baby steps. I was actually watching a preacher tell me about this, and it was one of the best things I ever experienced. No, people can apply it to their lives. The Lord doesn't give us more than we can handle. He starts us out as infants, like, and as soon as we start growing, like reading the Bible or praying every night, right? Something that really builds us. Then he starts giving us a little bit more challenges, stuff that we can deal with. And then it got to a certain point where I stopped feeling the Lord. Even though I was praying every night and I was reading the Bible, I couldn't understand why. I'm like, I'm doing what you wanted to. Why don't I feel you anymore? And that's because he's calling you to your next step. Maybe more leadership, maybe like opening up a church. Like there can be so many ways that he's leading you to your next step. And so what's happening is, for this example, if you aren't feeling too much stress and you can't handle it, it's because you took too big of a step. You ate too much than you could handle.
Yeah.
You got to take a step back. It's like when you're setting deadlines, right? For me, if I have too many things on my to-do list, I feel overwhelmed. I don't want to do any of it, right? You got to find that balance that you have within yourself with self-awareness and growing that. Damn, we really are like motivational speakers.
Because I saw a post on social media, and it was a guy was saying the way God shows love is by sending you trials and tribulations.
Yes.
Because that's how you grow. If it's the same way as Adam and Eve chose sin, and now we're all stuck in this hellhole, which is called Earth.
Thanks. No.
But again,
we're stuck in this shithole.
We chose, or I guess humanity chose freedom, and we decided not to have God lead us, and now we're here. So you need to make the choice that you need to understand that, again, the trials and tribulations that God sends you is the love, is he's teaching you,
Yeah.
work past this, and that's the lesson. Once you go past it, that's the lesson. Then you're like, oh, me stressing for those few days, it sucked, but I get it now, and now you're just a better person, hopefully, and you're not a negative person.
I mean, I learned from that conference. I learned that when I give too much of my energy and then there's nothing left for me, and I'm like, wow, I didn't know what I needed.
Yeah.
And now I know how to like put barriers where I'm like, I'm not going to text you. I'm not going to have any interaction with you because I care about you. And if this is how I'm feeling after a specific conference, I'm really, really good with conferences. But for this specific one,
3 days is a lot.
Yeah. Well, there are a lot of factors that I was telling you about behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like identify, it makes sense, and learn from it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Next style. I think, do we have more?
The last one is identified patient. So this is when a family reasons for having problems. Oh, we had this problem because of this,
I fucking hate that.
and generational trauma and da-da-da. So they go to therapy. They have common causes of family organizing. Oh, yeah, common causes, family trauma.
Yeah.
We know this is justified because of this and because of that. Allowing others to focus on challenges served as distractions from a deeper issue. And let others off the hook. So letting others off the hook. So for example, like my family, whenever we had like water gun fights, and I was always on my dad's team, and my family was always on, it was me, my dad, and then everyone else. And then all of a sudden my dad he would turn against me, and then I would end up going on the other team. So we'd like end up switching, in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Like that was just like a hidden, and then everyone would get super sad and like really like mad after each other. You're supposed to be on that team. Da, 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 da. It's a deeper reason.
Yeah.
Deeper reason, which from the trauma that we experience, it was literally an action. Anyways, I don't need to go into it. I think people can allude to what happened.
Even going off on that, it's the whole thing where it's passed down in blood. Where my grandma was like, "Oh, your grandfather was an alcoholic. His brothers were his brothers were alcoholics. So alcoholism runs in our blood." I'm like, "No, it doesn't. You're choosing.
You choose.
You can't just say this person's an alcoholic because their father was and they went down that path. They chose that path. So you choose your path. Don't blame it on other factors that don't make any fucking sense.
Right.
Don't blame people that are already dead. They're fucking dead. Who gives a shit? Don't put it on them or even say, oh, this is the environment. Well, then change the environment.
I like that. Your environment really is like, it impacts everything. And it's not just your physical environment of where you are. So for example, when I want to feel smarter, I go to a university, a business classroom or something. I do a lot of different things. When I want to feel calmer, Starbucks, cafe. But it's not just the environment, it's also the people environment. And this is what happened over the conference. Because if you're not surrounded by people who support you and who actually challenge you and grow you, if you're surrounded by, I call them leeches.
Yeah.
They'll suck the life force out of you, which is what happened over this thing. And if you're doing everything on your own, it's really like, anywho. So the people who you're surrounding yourselves with, even... I have this a lot. We do a lot of networking, a lot of like socializations, and there are always going to be rooms where I go out, I want to, network and feel better. And I go into this room and I'm expecting one thing, but the people are just like different and it feels like very isolating. I actually become a different person because I feel like a shell of myself. I feel smaller. It's because you're not in the right room. You're not surrounded by the people who are there to actually make you thrive. You're in an environment where the soil has dried up all the nutrients. You need to find your soil where all the trees around you are splurting, and they want to grow you too.
Yeah.
That's where you need to thrive. So it's not just physical environment, but your social environment, your spiritual environment.
And this goes back to if your environment, which is your house with your family, is bad, you got to leave. If you got to work 2 jobs, if you got to work 3 jobs, you got to leave and work towards, making money and, carrying yourself, because it's not going to change. Our parents are too old to give a fuck to change. That's the thing, which sucks because I think at any age you can really change. But they don't, at that point, they don't care enough. They're 40, 50, 60. They're 10, 20 years from, dead.
Right.
So they don't care to change. We have our whole lives.
We do.
So if you are someone that's stuck at home and you just are struggling because you're at home, like, yeah, it's expensive to move out, but...
No, but they can also do what we do. So when I was in high school, my goal was I would wake up at 5 a.m., do all my studying, do all my prep work. I was very, very smart.
Yeah.
From just the way I did my life. Then I went to school and I wouldn't come home afterwards. I would have club after responsibility. I wouldn't go home until I absolutely needed to. Then I would fall asleep. I do a workout at home, and then I just pass out,
Yeah.
Same thing with you. You only use your room, your house to sleep. Anywhere else, you're out there.
Fucking checking out the world, going to Starbucks, meeting people. It's so much fun. And it changes, because even seeing my brother right now, after he comes from college or university, college or work, and he goes in his room, he's on the game. He's on his fucking PS5. And I'm like, okay, at this point, I'm done. Like, whatever. If he wants to play games, he wants to play games. But he's gonna come to that point, realization that it's like, oh, I should have gone out more. I should have done this. I should be going out and, maybe, especially summer. I can't wait for summertime. I'm going to be out after work every day.
Oh, we're going to do so many things.
We're going to do so many things during summer. I'm just so excited, waiting for that hot weather again.
I got to wait for my biceps to heal, because I need to work out again to get my
morning runs.
I
love summertime morning runs after the gym at 5 a.m. You just go, instead of treadmill,
more dronings in the morning. Remember when we did that last summer?
Yeah. So it's just, the world is so much fun, and it's not that expensive. There's a lot of things you can do that are really cheap.
That's true.
Especially downtown.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that are expensive and a lot of things that are cheap. But you just got to
follow our social calendar. I mean, you're going to get access to free things and things that cost money. Like, choose what you want to go to.
And you got to make money. You got to work.
Yeah.
I didn't think a year ago that I could work 2 jobs. And now I'm working 2 jobs, and it's not bad. Realistically, doing this for, making money and, doing what I can on the side and working 2 jobs, it's not as difficult or as bad as I thought it would be. It's fun. Keeping yourself busy is fun.
Yeah.
And that's what I like, is not being at home, which is every day I am doing something that I have to leave my house.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just, you got to, once you get out of your house, that's when you realize how much fun life can be. So to anyone that's playing video games as a guy, you got to stop being a loser. Stop playing video games. It doesn't help, because you play one game of example Fortnite is like 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. So you're like, if you make it to the end. So if you're going to play 40 minutes and I'm going to play a few games.
Wouldn't you rather play that like in real life? Like, wouldn't that be so much more fun?
I would want to use real guns.
Like a timer.
But you can't, because that's murder.
There's paintballing.
That's not as fun.
I've never gone paintballing.
Like, how people do that bullshit skydiving where it's like in the tube? Like that. Like,
I would be cool doing that.
That's some lame shit. I want to jump out of a real plane. That's the thing. And it's got to be special. The first one's got to be special. And then I'm going to get my skydiving license so I can go whenever I want.
Okay.
Yeah, I think, do you want to talk about anything else?
I have the attachment things here, but I only took a picture of 2 of them because...
Let's talk about 2, and then we can just do...
Well, one of them is the avoidant attachment. A lot of people are the avoidant attachment. This one's not me. So the other one.
I wouldn't say so either.
The other one is the disorganized attachment. That one's me. So number 3, the avoidant attachment. They're more self-sufficient, even though they have high self-esteem. They struggle emotionally to connect with their partners. They push away people when they get too close. Oh, maybe I am this one. I don't know. They often think, I don't need them. I don't need anyone. Oh, maybe I am this one. Oh, I do think that. They develop an avoidant attachment style because their caregivers were emotionally distant.
That's hitting too close to home.
A little bit. When they reach their emotional connection where they may have been neglected, shamed, or punished.
It's just like, damn,
fuck.
It's getting too close.
To cope with the caregiver's distance, they learned not to depend on anyone but themselves.
Yeah.
Why does this hurt? It hurts while reading this.
Let's search up the other ones.
The other one? Oh, well, then read the other one. So go over to the side a little bit. You can read the disorganized one.
Oh, no. Like, I'm going to search it up online. Like, the main attachment styles.
Okay.
And then we'll go through that.
Well, you can cut this part off then.
Yeah, I mean, it's a few seconds. Okay, here we go. So I guess it looks, that's infants. Here, the 4 types of attachment styles.
That's general, yeah.
We have anxious.
No, that's not me.
Highly sensitive to criticism, needs approval from others, jealousy and clingy tendencies, difficulty being alone, low self-esteem, feels unworthy of love, intense fear of rejection.
Not me.
I don't think that's either of us. Then we have the avoidant. Persistently avoids intimacy, feels a strong sense of independence, uncomfortable expressing feelings, has a hard time
Express my
trusting.
feelings. Oh yeah, I do have a hard time. No, I trust people fully once we become friends. But if they lie to me once, we're not. We're done.
And then disorganized,
That one's me.
fears rejection, unable to regulate emotions,
I can regulate my emotions. I do really well, actually.
contradictory behavior. I wouldn't say so.
No,
High levels of anxiety. No.
No.
Difficulty trusting others. Not difficulty, but
If they lie to me, we're done.
yeah. Signs of both avoidant and some anxious. No, I wouldn't say so.
No, I wouldn't say that one. Now maybe I'm not just
Secure. The secure style can regulate emotions, easily trust others, effectively communicates. That's good.
There I
Seeks
am.
emotional support when necessary.
AKA the weekend. But then
Comfortable being
said
alone.
people didn't want to, so
Ability to
Whatever.
self-reflect.
yeah, ability to self-reflect. I self-reflected a lot. Honestly, I'm the secure one now. Screw that.
I think so. I think these are.
Well, actually, what did can I have my phone back? Like,
Yeah.
it said something that like triggered the other. Damn, I really am secure then. I'm awesome. I'm perfect. No, anyways, the disorganized attachment in this book says, if you have a disorganized attachment style, they feel conflicted about loving relationships.
I think the book goes into way more detail. That's the thing. It really goes in depth about the styles. That was just like, I guess, a basic overall. Yeah.
On the overview of it, I'm not disorganized
But
attachment.
when you go into detail,
But what this says, so they desperately want like relationships,
Yeah.
but are terrified of letting people in. Instead of clinging to partners or pushing them away, they do both. They seek emotional closeness and then lash out or push people away because intensity makes them afraid because they don't want to be hurt. Disorganized attachment often stems from childhood abuse. We both know.
yeah.
As a child, they craved their caregiver's love and nourishment, but they were also a source of fear. I was a daddy's girl,
Yeah.
but I also...
I wouldn't say I craved my dad's like love because my mom was enough. But I did. Obviously, you do for your dad.
I wanted their acceptance.
Yeah.
And specifically my dad's. That's why every time I won, it's like there was no second choice. I either win or don't come home.
Yeah.
Like, that's just how it was. And everyone was pissed at me for winning. Like, sorry, you don't know what
What I got at home.
honestly, I do like winning.
Yeah.
It feels great. There are winners and there are losers, aka Harvey
Exactly.
Specter, quote you. Okay. Their healing involves reconnecting with strong emotional reactions like anger, reflect when they feel scared or confused, and then take steps to calm themselves, aka what I exhibit on the weekend. I am so proactive, honestly. Like, people need to give me more credit. My ability to practice self-awareness, done. Self-compassion, am I compassionate to myself?
No, actually, you're
I
not.
don't think I am.
No, you're not.
There's winners and there are losers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fuck the rest.
Fuck me. Okay. Will help to make them feel sturdier inside and create more consistency in the relationship. I think that's why when said person sent me that Uber thing with that message, it made me feel so safe.
Yeah.
Like, I felt like I didn't want to ruin the relationship, and that's why I like disconnected the phone call, and I'm like, I don't want to be mad at you, you know? But I think that's why it affected me so much, like having that happen. I don't know how to say how that felt, but
you felt.
Yeah.
I guess
Words can't put
you
that in
felt
practice.
how you wanted to feel as a girl, as a young girl.
I guess. I just never seen, like, whenever like my parents used to fight, there was no resolution.
Yeah.
It's always just like one person compromises and they feel like shit, and that's just how it is. Like, there was no love.
Yeah.
And so when I was feeling,
This is the sense of love that was missing.
I'm not crying on this. We don't cry. We're leaving this off on such a big note.
I know, but it's good. I think
It's a good note.
this was I think yesterday really influenced this episode about like how just
Sorry, I got
talking
emotional.
about childhood and talking about just how we are, I guess, as
I
adults.
lost my shit, and now we have a full podcast on
Yeah,
it.
honestly, if anytime like something big happens, it's like episode. This is content. This is perfect content.
Great.
But I think that's about it. I think we're gonna end the episode here. This is 11.
Yeah.
11th episode.
Quote.
Not bad. Quote.
There are winners.
I think you've already
and
used
there
that,
are
buddy.
losers. Oh, fuck. That's probably true. I've been giving out some banger quotes to you guys. I've been telling you guys to text me after I say them.
I keep forgetting.
I know.
I can go with
Oh, I had yesterday on phone call. I said, if you can't nip it in the butt, or like if you can't put out the fire, make sure the fire has extinguishers. That was a really good one. That's a really good metaphor.
I'll go with the trials and tribulations sent to you by God are the way he shows love.
Shit.
There you go. I know, right? And that's the end of the episode, and we'll see you guys next week.